Bro, this is hilarious. Yeah, I mean, it's going to be.
I wish there was more shoes. There was going to be a point where we were going to have like 3-4 shoes, like in a big shoes, probably 2 a week at some point for like a few straight weeks, and like everything just got so spaced out. And I mean,
oh, Mules wants a stream link.
Can you DM it to him, Coach?
Yeah. He
said how do I change my name now?
Show.
There we go. I will say up like 7-8 followers this week.
Let's go.
Yeah, interaction is there.
It didn't work, is it? Nice.
We're on the up and up.
Copy link.
All-time high 35 likes on my last review. So,
how did Dave Portnoy watch the first one? How did that happen?
So, short story before we get into the sneakers. So, my camper last year, because I worked at a camp, my camper last year saw him at his hotel in Miami. Took a picture with him. This year, I think mid-February, I get a FaceTime. I get a text. Guess who I just saw? I'm like, oh, Prez. Like I knew who it was. He's like, yeah, I just saw him wherever. So then I get a text like literally 5 minutes, maybe like a few minutes later. Yo, I literally just saw him again in my hotel. So I'm like, bro, like if you see him again, FaceTime me, not thinking they were going to cross paths again. The same exact day, he's in CVS and I'm in class and I get a FaceTime from this kid. I'm like, no fucking way. I'm like, bro, I'm in class. He's like, yeah, but Prez is right there. So I left class. And I'm like, yo, like that's insane. Like he didn't want to go up to him. But then I said, I'll give you $100 if you tell him straight up about the Instagram account. And he says, 100? And he hung up and I'm like, yeah. And he says, like some bullshit, oh, I told Prez, but like I didn't think so. And like I was just in class, so I couldn't see it. And when I got out of class, I saw that it says Dave Portnoy liked your or Stool Presidente liked your post. I'm like, yeah, I'll give him the 100. So I gave him the 100 the last time I saw him.
Wow.
Man of my word. And it was worth it. So
100%.
Literally 100%.
All right. Well, sneaker wise, welcome everybody. Relatively slow week this week.
Let's listen to him. Did Brand see that? Got to upload your reviews on TikTok. That's what Smurf told him.
Yeah, but I don't do TikTok, so I'll have to just.
Mm-hmm.
I don't do TikTok. I don't do TikTok. And then every steak restaurant is in his DMs. Like he's gonna be living the life, and he'll be like, "Yeah, I like TikTok."
I care about the journey, not about the result, the end results. If I get to
about controlling the journey, not letting an organic journey take place, correct?
No, I want an organic journey to take place, and that does not include.
Sounds
TikTok.
like a Brandon controlled journey to me.
No,
it sounds like you're a control freak.
It sounds like I don't like TikTok, and I cannot go and criticize that app and the people on it, and then turn around and say, "Hey, it benefits me to do it."
I think there are some underlying issues here. Maybe we should turn this into like a shoe therapy type thing.
I mean, we should have a breakout session about getting out of his bubble. I mean, we could just
I think there we go.
Breakout session,
I think we should focus on the sneakers and leave my kid the TikTok crap for another day.
Hey man, you started. You were picking on my hairline earlier, asshole.
No, I mean, yeah, because you walked into it. But hey, look, if you want to pick on me, then go for it.
Not walk into anything.
You did.
If you mean turning the camera on, then yeah, I guess I did.
No, that wasn't the part. No, you've turned the camera on plenty of times, and I haven't said anything. And so, okay.
Oh man!
Welcome to the panel.
What's up, guys?
Oh, shooting the shit,
making fun of Coach's hair.
Yeah. They're trashing my hairline, Mules. Like I'm not 37 with a bald uncle.
What
do you want from me?
Okay, people are going to shut this off if we keep going down this route, whatever.
All right, fair enough.
At the same time,
maybe not. Yeah.
At the same time, you're the one who was talking about crypto and how it was stressing you out a little bit. So that's where the joke came from. I didn't say, "Oh, look, Coach looks bald today. Let me go, make fun of him." That's not how it happened. Mm-hmm. So let's just make sure we're all being fair about this.
Whatever makes you feel good, Brandon.
Photon dust dunks.
These are lots moving. This should just drop today, and those are the sales for today.
Yeah, one thing about this shoe is that it's been out in a sense for a while.
I was gonna say,
like retailers
don't drop normally.
Yeah, retailers got their pairs and like didn't have to keep them until today, so a lot of them just sold before. And honestly, like the prices did spike a little bit, especially in some of the bigger sizes. I want to say like 10 plus, 10 and a half plus kind of jumped from like a week ago because I had to track this for someone, and they wanted a pair, and I said I'd look out, and much to my chagrin, the price on their size went up a little bit, so we'll see. But yeah, that's where it's at. And it's an interesting pattern too, where if you know it's a sneaker that they put out a lot, that there's no set release date for a lot of retailers, a lot of the pairs that people could be expecting to drop today or whenever the release date is, they're already in the hand, like they've already been sold. So I'm sure a lot of people are just banking on, I'll buy them on release date, and then they find out that they haven't even, most of the shit's been taken already. And that's probably why we saw a little bit of additional volume and a little price jump.
Yeah.
Well, this is really weird because you saw like Finish Line drop it early in stores, but then today, Undefeated, Kith, and I think Concept still haven't dropped the shoe yet. And there wasn't a sneakers pass for it, so it's coming to Nike stores soon. So it's a really, really weird release.
This is fucking so sick of these. I'm so sick of these releases, bro.
You took the word. You took the words out of my mouth. Like, this is the most annoying thing of all time.
I mean, it's so frustrating. It's like release. This is honestly, this is very similar to me as like stores just kind of taking control of their stock in an indirect manner and releasing it in phases to who they want. Like, I know that's not what's happening, but that's what it feels like because the stock is just so fucked. I mean, every release, it's creating very weird patterns. I don't know.
I think the issue is like there's just so many different factors now. It used to just be a shoe released, all the stock dropped. What do you think it's going to do? Now it's all right. This shoe is a women's shoe, and half of it's going to go to retailers on this date, and they could release it, but other stores can't. And then Nike's going to drop it here, but not all Nike stores are going to drop it. So what's the trend with Nike stores that drop it, but these stores that don't? And I don't know. It's just a lot of different factors that play into it now on the price action of all of it. I think this shoe kind of just embodies all of that because literally every aspect that it can encompass in terms of just a weird release, that's what it is. Plus, it's a decent looking shoe for people, I guess. I mean, I wouldn't buy it, but you know what I mean.
Us in-store guys still praying Hyper Royals go back on Flex. Yeah. I mean, it's fucking weird, man. It's been a really weird last, post-COVID since last March. But last March was easier to capitalize on, in my opinion, than this was because
100%.
Last March when things were starting with COVID, like we still had. I mean, you could still bought the fuck out of shit. You know what I mean? So, Mules, like, I know you're in the store a lot. Is there a big difference, do you think, from like kind of what we're talking about, the COVID time period initially versus the kind of post-COVID time period now?
Yeah, shipments are just kind of all out of whack, and even stores don't even know when they're getting pairs. I've seen stores get like Raging Bull 5s like 3 weeks after release, and then like with this shoe, and then it's also like EU is releasing a month before us on like most shoes right now. Same thing with Asia, and it's like just all crazy.
Yeah, that's. I mean, like, in the chat, I looked in the chat the other day, and fucking everybody's got all these shoes. Like, what the fuck was that?
Oh, Finish Line is restocking Raging Bulls next week, and someone said their store got 60 more pairs.
Wow.
And like all my Finish Lines are getting more pairs. So
It's crazy.
It's interesting. I mean, it's really interesting. It's making release day a little bit null, in my opinion.
Yeah. Honestly, it almost makes release day. Well, you can make the argument that you just sell on release day every single time, or in this case, like buy before release day, sell it on release day, and then don't worry about it after because more pairs are going to come, and that just seems to be the trend.
Yeah,
like we've been seeing that release day jump after pairs have kind of hit the market before, and then like you look at a Raging Bull, it's like 350 day of release. Now it's like what 250, 260.
Yeah, I was doing Raging Bulls at 300 all day on release day.
That's my point. Oh, what the fuck? All right, now I'm echoing.
Is it me?
I don't know. All right, whatever.
No, I don't think.
But that's that's what I think that's a good way to look at it at this point. That's just kind of how the releases are. You want to re-enter, you kind of have to do it after all the secondary stock has been dropped. And that's kind of how I would play it.
Yeah, well, and too, like the price, I mean, I guess the price is down a little bit on like Raging Bulls and stuff, but for the most case, a lot of shoes that I was looking at in the video yesterday, the price has been controlled post release, and it's a lot of volume, and then followed with a lot of stagnation from a price standpoint at the same time volume is taking place. So there's nothing more frustrating than having a lot of a shoe, watching it sell a shitload of pairs, and then no price growth. And that's just kind of where the market's at right now with a lot of these shoes. You're seeing you're not seeing dips, you're not seeing the market fall out, but you're seeing volume and you're seeing stagnation. So, yeah, I agree. Move the pairs on the day, release day.
And honestly, it's not even a bad idea in some cases to buy them, depending on the shoe and depending on the release and everything. If pairs are being backdoored before the release, I mean, it's a good opportunity to have pairs in hand. Yeah. See that price jump and then move them that day. Because it's been a trend that we've seen.
Yeah, in-hand shoes are definitely a premium. It's a good point.
This backdoor talk, I don't know how much you guys have been paying attention to Twitter lately, but it feels like a lot of people are backdooring or got backdoors with these P-Rod, what the dunks, for the lack of a better term. I think that's going to be a really interesting release.
I saw that. I think Goob got a ton of pairs or some shit he was buying.
Goob and Whorehead, who also has the Nicki Minaj Jordan samples, but that's neither here nor there. But yeah, it seems like apparently P-Rod asked for stores to get twice as much quantity, and kind of have releases be focused around SB stores. So it's going to be really interesting.
Isn't it like kind of already like more like, so what does that mean? Like if it's focused more around SB stores, like what does that mean? Like
I think it essentially means stores are getting more stock and sneakers is getting less stock.
Okay.
Which just makes potential for this, or for kind of them to pop, I think, pretty interesting. With that being said,
well, like you're saying though, I wonder if that just all went to backdoors.
Yeah,
guys are so notorious for, if they do get a bunch of pairs of something that's hot, they it's the ethical thing for them to do to backdoor because they are a struggling shop who's broke all the time, right? Well, I'm not judging. I would do the same thing. I'm just saying, that's the argument, right? Like people go back and forth with it, other than Michael Jordan's punk ass son.
His son, right.
But yeah, no, I mean that's interesting. I'm actually, that's what I was just looking to see if I could. Oh shit! I forgot about that damn Kobe.
Oh, the gold one?
Yeah, I hit that motherfucker. I'm trying to find this P Rod that I hit like last week on a link from stores that released them.
Was it the primitive raffle?
Maybe that's what it was.
Yeah, P-Rod shopped at a raffle for him last week. And they like charged your card when you ordered it.
Okay, that's what it was. Yep. Skate. Thank you for your order.
Is there any other shoe like Mules? Is there any shoe that you could think of off top that
Sweet.
you know that we're missing? Because like there's just not much.
Did we go over the? Where's the Did we
no
do the
big releases?
2.0? I'd like to hear what you guys think about that. I talked about it.
We could go over that one, sure.
What do you think about that, Mills? Yeah, shout out 2.0.
I sold all my pairs, and I've been telling people to sell pairs.
Yeah.
Just everyone wants to hold Jordan 1s now, and Gloss was saying that this was the most produced Jordan 1. I think he said it was 300K stock. And like all we're seeing now is more Jordan 1 stock and more people wanting to hold their Jordan 1s. So I'm just totally out on it. Sold all my pairs on release day.
I agree. And because you like you're good at, there's going to be more pairs that drop. Like there's going to be more restocks and everything. So I just don't see the incentive to hold that shoe. I do like it as if you want to buy it in November to then maybe it goes up in December at consignment where people need gifts and everything. Like that's going to be a big time like it's going to be a big time seller, especially at its price point. You could kind of do like a 1 month play and just see how that goes. But I mean, that's far in advance. We have plenty of time to assess that. I would get rid of them. I'm shorting them.
Yeah.
I agree.
Prices dipped about like $30-$40 since release day already.
Yeah, it has. It's continuing to go down. I think they're a clear, obvious sell right now, but I'm a little more optimistic than you guys. I think, like, I'm looking for these to bottom, meaning I don't think they're out right now. I think if I see these go into like the 200 range to 215 range, not even the 215 range, I'd like it more than 200 to 210. Like, this is the type of shoe that if it gets down into that range, I'm going to buy it because I kind of feel like I agree with Mules 100%. But I kind of feel like that opinion's starting to take hold a little bit, and that this is going to be the sacrificial lamb of that opinion because people are frustrated with AJ1 holds. They're stagnant as fuck for 5, 6, 7, 8 months now. So it's kind of like, are they going to add more AJ1s to their war chest? And I think like they thought they would immediately, and I think this is just going to be the chopping block shoe for them. So I kind of expect this shoe to die out a little bit. And that's when I'll target it because I think it does hold a little bit more value than that. I think it's a good, it's a great winter shoe like October.
Back to school, winter. This is like the perfect shoe. It's black.
Yeah.
People, like you can't really fuck it up, so you give it to your
kids.
No,
that's why I feel like it's going to be such a good like holiday gift. You know,
I think holiday. I think holiday and back to school both.
Yeah.
I just wonder, does back to school just kind of help, like, to take away pairs from the market, but we don't notice a price jump? And then by the second time people start hammering them, for gifts again, is that when the market? How am I missing this word right now? It's not diminishing. It's not scarcity. What the fuck? Does anyone know the word I'm thinking of?
Liquidity.
No.
What? Give me the word.
It's when there was a lot more pairs, and then now there's less pairs in the market.
Scarcity?
No, it's not that word. But my point is, I don't know if the first run of demand hits it, but I think the second wave of demand could. And the fact, I don't know what word I'm talking about right now. Wow, but that's my thought process.
Yeah, I don't know what you're. I'm trying to dig for a word. I ain't got anything for you, man.
I'm thinking about the rest of the time.
Let's see. Red Rock Kicks asked me something about pink threes. Red Rocks, are you talking about those rust pinks that are coming out like end of May? Is that what you're talking about?
Yes.
Next Friday.
Yeah. Oh, is that? Fuck, end of May is coming really quick. Jesus.
It's like April, like 2 days ago.
God damn. Pink threes.
They're hitting.
Why the fuck wouldn't they hit? I don't know. What do you guys think about these? It's a women's shoe. Women's shoes don't tend to do too well from the price action standpoint.
I mean, I don't know. Citrus 11 lows. I mean, those are banging. So, I mean,
but that's man. That's
That's
not
a completely different. That's like a horrible comparison.
Is it a
man
women's
like.
shoe? Is it a women's shoe? He took a brush.
You
that was
just said
so
that to
broad.
make us mad, didn't you? You just said that to make
He
us
took
mad.
a brush that was so broad and painted over every women's shoe with it.
They're on finish line. What do you mean?
Yeah, finish line has the raffle line.
Oh,
You could have compared to the Aleli May 6. I mean, it's basically that, but in a 3.
right. Without her name.
Yeah.
Rust Pinks. I kind of showed a Rust Pink yesterday, that CMFT one. Rust Pink's fine. I don't know. At 190, I'm not like thinking this is going to have massive margins on it. Like, you look at the prices, are absolutely not going to hold where they're at right now, in my opinion. They're inflated as fuck. But let me see what the bids look like. Fuck, them bids look. Yeah, no, I mean, this is like a. Those bids are decent. 3 up. I think this is like a $250 to $300 shoe max off the bat, and if it's like that off the bat, I'm selling it, not holding it.
Valentine's Day.
Yeah, it's Valentine's Day in May, right? Like, you can't even pull off the Easter. You can pull off the summer look for girls, I guess.
No, but I think
It'd be fine. I mean, I'd speculate on it. I'm not shitting on it. Like, if you can get them, speculate on them. This is definitely a pair you can move and make profit on, I think. Y'all agree with that?
I speculated a bit on the laser orange.
Maybe I was just thinking when pairs dry up. That's what I think I was going to say.
It's this fucking guy. He's in Brandon's world. Pairs
Mules,
dry up.
oh,
Yeah,
what were
that
you
makes
saying?
sense. What are you saying, Mules, about the laser thing?
Oh, I said I speculated on those laser orange 3s that were women's pairs.
Yeah.
And they have moved like $10 max in women's sizes. And 10.5 plus, they've gone up, though, which is interesting.
And Kylie has adamantly posted that, so it's not like
Yeah.
it's not like
Like a lot
more
of girls were
people
wearing
do
it.
that.
Wow, they haven't. See, that's the thing. That's why I'm not like, I want to go crazy. I mean, they just don't women's pairs. We've had this talk a lot. They just don't. You put a W beside it, and the value just kind of wants to go towards $200. I feel like I don't know what it's like a magnet. W and $200 in Jordan. It's just like
Nike's got to hire us. We could fix it all for them and make them more money than ever.
those motherfuckers are probably out there scamming on us right now with this. They're probably like, "Huh, we're just gonna sit back in here and chill on these releases. We're saving so much money on shipping. We don't have to pay those containers anymore. They can come whenever the fuck they want." They're probably out there just laughing at our asses being used to like a normal, consistent routine. Shit's all out of whack.
We're like they're crackheads. We're just showing up and like, please, a release.
I know. Yeah, no. All right, what else we got here we can go over? I know there's plenty. Not really. Anything coming up? Just a boring week, it seems like. Oh yeah, those Seersucker Golfs that dropped yesterday. Anybody get any of those?
Coach, what do you think about them?
I think that they are just a like trendy sell ASAP, die later shoe.
So ASAP, interesting.
You know what I was looking at today? Oh wait, go ahead. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No, go for
Well,
it.
I was looking back at all those 11 lows that dropped, the 11 low golfs that dropped like last year, and they have bids in like $700, $800.
Yep.
Like they
Yeah,
have not died out. I like this shoe as a long-term hold.
So I was gonna say, like, if you want to put this shoe away for next April, I'm cool with it. But you know, I feel like a lot of people don't have that in their like repertoire with inventory, right? Like, I don't feel like a lot of people do that. What are y'all's thoughts on that?
Yeah, I mean, my other thing is that I think people are probably more drawn to the classic colorways in the sense that if I'm buying now for a year or 2 years from now, personally, I'm thinking the white cement ones and just kind of like any of these classic colorways are going to end up doing better just because they're more wearable on the golf course. With that being said, I can totally see the complete opposite side of this. If stock is massively limited, because then I think you'll have people who buy them, wear them once just as like a wacky costume, whatever type, and those people are willing to spend whatever it costs for the sneaker. So
I think this is one you could get like a nasty sale on in next April.
Yeah.
Like
Look
you
at-
could next March, next April, you do some sort of crazy outlier sale.
It's not gonna show.
The thing is,
That's like-
I don't like the white cement 4 golf shoe. I love the white cement 4 golf shoe. And I just want to make sure we're on the record.
You
I like
what are you
it,
trying
man.
to show us?
Yeah.
It's the denim 11, and it has a bid for $800. And here, I just DM'd you it so you can
Oh.
see it.
Wow.
I don't-
Okay.
Look at that. I mean,
Bro,
Yeah,
what?
but
it's not
the
an
dirty
OG
red pair.
colorway.
The
Size
dirty-
9 has a 625 bid. 11 has a 775 bid. Like, it's insane.
Golf shoes are a long play, but they're an easy play.
Here, wait. I'm looking up the dirty breads.
You know, maybe I try and throw some stink bids on Goat Storage and just forget about some of those seersuckers till next spring. God, I love Goat Storage, man. It's like a brokerage that you never knew you had.
They could so easily, if they had more space in their thing, they could turn into a brokerage like that.
These ones
No.
have $1,100 bids.
Oh, those
That one
ones.
was like insanely limited.
That one too
Yeah.
had so much hype around it, bro. People want that fucking shoe. Oh my god.
Yeah. Look up Denim 11. It's
Yeah,
called
I
the
know.
No Denim Allowed Jordan 11 Golf.
Yeah,
No,
yeah,
didn't allow that. You think that was insanely limited? I want to see where I want to look at like the cool gray. Like, where's the cool gray at? Because that one was one that like dropped a lot of pairs.
Yeah.
See?
And the white pair.
There's a 670 bid for size 11 and a half.
Bro, look at these bids, man. That's why I say to these guys, buy bigs only, 11 plus. If you go to this
Yeah.
fucker, like every single one of those is 11 to 14, every one of them. I mean,
Yeah.
people are not paying for the lower sizes. I mean, it's a good point, Mules. I agree. I might set some stink bids on this seersucker on Goat and see if I can't get some people to capitulate.
It's definitely a long-term play, though. Like,
Yeah.
I wouldn't expect to see something until next year.
Yes, that's why I was thinking immediately, because like I don't feel like a lot of people. I think Smurf's frozen. I don't think a lot of people in our and I could be wrong. Please tell me if I'm wrong, group. But I don't think a lot of people in our group really fuck with holes like that. I think they don't kind of think about that. I think like they think about like maybe keeping like a hype Jordan for a year or something, or a grade school pair or something for a year. I don't think they think about like those types of holds for years. I guess that's why it's an easy play, because no one thinks about it.
It's also kind of crazy that like a lot of these hype Jordans and Dunks and this and that, they just haven't done. If anything, they've like lost a ton of value. Right?
Yeah.
I probably point to more value examples of in the last year where they lost and rather where they gained anything. Most of them have gone down a little bit. Like it's just not where. It's not what's driving the market right now. Like what's driving the market is sneakers are just becoming more popular in general, but the average person who's helping sneakers become more popular is not spending $1,000. You know, they're the people in like the $2 to $5-ish $100 range, and that's kind of what we've seen. Is that's where all the growth has been. It's been like just a wearable Jordan. It's been a Jordan 13 that was sitting at finish line for a few days at 190, and now all of a sudden is what 250, 260. So that's kind of what we've seen. That's been the trend, and and you know something, it's not an appealing trend to people. That's also it. It's like if you were to hold 100 pairs of Jordan 1s, a lot of people would rather hold 100 pairs of Jordan 1s for a year and have it go up 10% just because they could take a picture of them than hold 100 pairs of a blue and black 13 for 3 months and have it go up 40% or 30% or whatever it is. It's just, it's not appealing to people. It's not cool. It's not cool.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, yeah, everybody wants that. I think, and it's funny you said that because I was in some chat. You know, someone was talking about, it was a crypto chat, and someone was talking about shoe returns, and they were like, oh yeah. We're used to those 100% sneaker returns. I'm like, like I sold like about 150,000 in sales last year, and my margin was like 24%.
That's what mine was too.
And that the guy said, "You need to stop buying bricks."
Man.
I was like, dude, I appreciate the advice.
Yeah,
But seriously though, I mean, the whole point is those are easy, constant moves. Like people waste so many resources chasing for the higher margin shoes, and that's not the sexy play, but it's the profitable play, and it's not only the profitable play; it's a play that you can scale. Like, and a lot of people don't realize that part either. Because yeah, you can chase these hype releases all you want, resource pouring, but like Smurfs talked about in times in our chat, like with Nike, and like where he hit a point scaling with resources where it was just like, this is a fucking joke. And that's like Brandon said, that's the non-sexy range though, but it's scalable as shit. It's consistent. And like me and Mules were talking about the other day, that 200 to 300 range, shoes just move from 200 to 300 all fucking day.
I mean, even if my friends say like, "Oh, I heard you sell shoes," I don't tell them what I really want to say. But I'm just like, yeah, but most of the stuff you're probably going to ask me about, I don't typically have. I don't typically go for. It's just not worth my time. That's my line. I'm like, look, yeah, you see those returns of a dunk that's, going for $800, but I'm sorry, me staying up all night to try and get 2 pairs is just not worth my time, and that's what it comes down to.
Yeah. No, I'd agree. Let me see if we got another. The photons we went over.
There's just not much.
Not shit.
Enjoy life. Get out of the house a little.
Yeah.
Get off the restock monitors.
Oh
wow!
Whoa!
Wow!
No.
Brandon's not even loose.
Oh!
How are you gonna out Brandon?
Well, he got him before me.
It's not the OG pair, so.
Nah, that's all good though. Wait, Mules, when did you start selling shoes?
2016, 2015.
Okay, so then never mind. I was gonna say, like,
Yeah.
because a lot of people that were starting like the last 2-3 years, I'm like, if someone could appreciate that only starting 2-3 years ago, I'm like, wow. Because most people, it's like, oh, that's not a Yeezy, that's not a Jordan 1, that's what is it? Who wants that? I want that.
That is such a clean shoe.
They're so nice.
Yeah, that is such a clean shoe. That's crazy. How'd you get
and
that?
And the EU people
Europe
brick the hell out of it.
You got that from the EU release?
Well, speaking
I bought
of
it for
people that can't
$217 off
restrict
Goat.
$217 off Goat.
Wait, what size?
I mean, I'm an 8.5, but yeah.
The world's a fucked up place, man. That's like $1,000 ship.
It was.
$217.
I mean, I'm getting 2 of those and 2 South Beaches, and that's that. Hardwood Classics, I said I could just do 1. That's fine, because they didn't really do such a good job on those. But who, like, to me, if there's ever a renaissance where it goes back to Nike basketball being like cool again, I think that a shoe like that or a South Beach 8 goes up before a Hardwood Classic, just because
100%.
Because everyone wanted those. Everyone wanted the Hardwood Classics, but they never had a shot to get those. Like, at least they were made, those were popular because they were like normal releases, sort of, that were just impossible to get. Hardwood Classics, like, some people just didn't even know about.
Well, Brandon, what do you think about them like not bringing the true OG color back? Because I've heard South Beach 8s are like a bit lighter of a shade, and these Miami Nights are also a bit more white.
Nike plays chess. They purposely make it so they have to come out in 10 years with a remastered series of LeBron shoes. Like, everyone's going to complain, oh, the leather quality wasn't good on the South Beach, or there were scuffs on my Hardwood Classics, or the color wasn't right. So then they come back, all right, guys, like, we needed an excuse. Thank you for giving it to us. Here, we're going to put these out again. You're welcome.
I think it's Nike seeing that production over 10 years changes a lot, and them realizing that they can get away with making it pretty close and not needing to go back to the OG. That's probably my guess around why it happened. But yeah, because like if
I
you
think it's close. To me, it's close enough by far. Like I'm more than happy with it. I'm just saying, like you ask, why wouldn't they put a Nike Air on a Jordan 4 in 2012? You know, a Bread 4. Well, so that way they could do it in 2019, and people go crazy over it. You know, so they have their reasons. I don't care one way. I'm just happy that I could get these shoes, and that's really what I'm interested in. I had a South Beach, funny story. I had a South Beach 8. I sold it to a guy on eBay for $625. Except I didn't sell it to the guy on eBay. He sent me a fake PayPal email, and I shipped it off anyway. So I'll be happy to get him back. Oh, that was bad.
Yeah,
that was really not good. We learn from our mistakes, but oh.
All right.
All right.
Do we have anything else?
If you got any questions, I'll make some more. Probably make another video this weekend. If you guys got any questions, just shoot them up, requests, whatnot. We'll get this posted up.
Cool.
Sounds
All
good.
right,
enjoy your weekend. Enjoy your week.
Enjoy the Miami Nights.
Yeah, for sure. Sweet.
Enjoy time with no releases, because when the releases come, it's misery. But yeah. All right.
Later.
Peace.